Hello, my name is Kiana Jones, and today I'll be talking to you on the topic of hard work. Now, the quote that I'm going to start us off with today is always do your best. What you plant now is what you will harvest later, by O.G. Mandela. Okay, so what he's saying basically in this quote is that you need to always give 110% because what you put forth in something is what you're going to get back. So, say for instance that I am working at a job and I slack off, or okay, worker A slacks off and they don't do as well at their job, so they don't get the pay raise when it comes around, get that 20 cents or 50-cent pay raise that everyone else gets that they've been working. Or a clear example would be for school. Now, students nowadays, they don't really put forth as much effort because schooling nowadays is only about getting a good grade and doing what the teachers asked you to do. So if you're only meeting the deadlines or meeting the criteria of what the teacher's asking you to do and you're not really obtaining that information, then you're not gonna understand it later when you need it for like college or a job experience, something like that. So another thing about I want to talk more about the schooling type of effect that this quote has, because with schooling, the more if you study for a test, studying long term for a test, not cramming for a test, makes it easier to retain that information when the test comes or when further experiences in life come where you need that information. But if you're just memorizing the information for that one test so that you can just recall it or regurgitate it for just that information, then you're not going to remember that information later on in life. Like, say for instance, math. I hated math. I was never good at math. And I used to always just remember the stuff so I could regurgitate it on the test, make the grade, right? See, but now it comes testing, like the big testing, like ACT, SAT, and I'm having to go back and look at my notes for math classes because I did not learn it the first time. I just memorized it for the test. See, now I have to go back and do it, whether or if I would have learned it the first time, it would have been easier to recall on my test like other students around me. Or on a lighter note, science. I love science, always had fun learning it, always wanted to learn new things about it. Science was never a problem. So for me, learning science wasn't as hard. So I would just study science and then get through it. So then my ACT scores reflected that because I did good on the science test section, but then not as well on the math section. So that really just shows the more effort that you put in something, the more you will get out of it in the future. So if you put in 110% in something, then later on in life you are going to reap the rewards of that 110%. It might not be something that you want to do, but it's something that has to be done so that you can live a better life, or that you can get that A in your college class, or get that 100 or that 31 out of 36 on the ACT. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This quote can really relate to anything in life because the more you put into something, the more you're going to get out of it. And that is what O.G. Mandela was really saying in this quote. And I thank my partner, Margaret Guy, for giving me this quote because it really just shows me and inspires me to keep giving 110%, or at least reminds me that the more work I put in something, the more I will get out of it. So, thank you for listening.